Aspects of pre-Islamic Arabian society. After the research we have made into the religious and political life of Arabia, it is appropriate to speak briefly about the social, economic and ethical conditions prevalent therein. Social life of the Arabs. The Arabian society presented a social medley, with different and heterogeneous social strata. The status of the woman among the nobility recorded an advanced degree of esteem. The woman enjoyed a considerable portion of free will, and her decision would most often be enforced. She was so highly cherished that blood would be easily shed in defense of her honor. In fact, she was the most decisive key to bloody fight or friendly peace. These privileges notwithstanding, the family system in Arabia was wholly patriarchal. The marriage contract rested completely in the hands of the woman's legal guardian, whose words with regard to her marital status could never be questioned. On the other hand, there were other social strata where prostitution and indecency were rampant and in full operation. Abu Da, on the authority of Aisha, reported 4 kinds of marriage in pre-Islamic Arabia. The first was similar to present-day marriage procedures, in which case a man gives his daughter in marriage to another man after a dowry has been agreed on. In the second, the husband would send his wife, after the menstruation period, to cohabit with another man in order to conceive. After conception her husband would, if he desired, have a sexual intercourse with her. A third kind was that a group of less than 10 men would have sexual intercourse with a woman. If she conceived and gave birth to a child, she would send for these men, and nobody could abstain. They would come together to her house. She would say, "You know what you have done. I have given birth to a child and it is your child," pointing to one of them. The man meant would have to accept. The fourth kind was that a lot of men would have sexual intercourse with a certain woman, a whore. She would not prevent anybody. Such women used to put a certain flag at their gates to invite in anyone who liked. If this whore got pregnant and gave birth to a child, she would collect those men, and a seeress would tell whose child it was. The appointed father would take the child and declare him/her his own. When Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, declared Islam in Arabia, he cancelled all these forms of sexual contacts except that of present Islamic marriage. Abu Daud, the Book of Marriage. Women always accompanied men in their wars. The winners would freely have sexual intercourse with such women, but disgrace would follow the children conceived in this way all their lives. Aspects of pre-Islamic Arabian society. After the research we have made into the religious and political life of Arabia, it is appropriate to speak briefly about the social